All right, now when you're creating projects and you're using Bootstrap, you may want to add your own media queries because you may want to have some custom CSS that only happens at certain screen widths or certain devices. So in this video, we're going to look at the breakpoints, which is basically the different media queries and the sizes. All right, so we're going to start off here. This is under the 2_8 breakpoints. And if we look in this, we have some style tags, and we want to look at the different media queries for different sizes. So for small devices or landscape phones, what we want to do is in this media query, we want to put a min-width of 576 pixels. Okay, so whatever we put in here, it's only going to be in effect within anything that has a min width of 576 pixels. So let's just we'll take the body and we'll just add a background color. So we'll say background and let's make it red. Okay, so that is for small devices, and I'll show you the example in a minute here after we're done. For medium devices or tablets, it's going to be a min-width, and that's going to be 768 pixels. Okay, so that'll be the min width that this takes effect. So for this, we'll say body, and let's say background, and set that to blue. So for large devices, it's going to be a min width of 992 pixels. And for this, let's say body, and we'll set the background to green. And then extra large devices, so large desktops, large screens, 4K screens, things like that. This is going to be a min width of 1200 pixels. And for that, let's set a background. I'm sorry, we need to do body. And then we'll set a background. Let's do background yellow. Now, in addition to using min width, we can use max width as well, and that's what you're going to want to use if you want to add something for extra small devices. So for extra small, we would say max width of 575 pixels. Okay, and for that, let's say background. We'll say background coral. Why do I keep doing that? I keep forgetting the body tag. So background coral. Okay, and then for these ones, I mean, we already took care of small, medium, and large devices, but just to show you the sizes, if you want to use max width instead, you could do max width, and then max width would be 767 pixels. Okay, notice it's 1 pixel less than if you were to use min width, which would be 768. Same thing here. The small devices, 576 is where it starts. But if you want extra small devices, portrait phones, it would be 575 or less. So for medium devices, this would be a max width of 991. And then for large devices, a max width of 1199 pixels. Okay, so let's save this, and notice automatically it goes to red, and red is min width of 576. So that would be small devices. If I go down, notice it turns to coral because now it's looking at devices that are a max width of 575. So anything 575 and below would be this media query. Okay, and then this would be the small. If we keep going, medium should be blue. So the next breakpoint we hit will be blue. The next one should be green, which is large devices. And then the last one, the biggest one, should be yellow, which is the extra large. Okay, and anything beyond that will be yellow, will be that media query. All right, and when we get to our projects, we will be writing some custom media queries in a few of them. They're really easy. You know, when people are learning CSS, they get a little confused, but it's basically you're just defining your width area, and then whatever that CSS goes inside that media query will only take effect in that screen size, and that's the core of responsive web design. All right, so guys, that's going to be it for this section of utilities. In the next section, we're going to start to take a look at components, so things like buttons and the nav bar and forms and alerts, things like that. So I will see you in the next section.